Welcome to Comic Toy Reviews. This is a review of the Marvel Legends 6-inch action figure of Spider-Woman 2, also known as Julia Carpenter. She was the second Spider-Woman, not related to the first one in any way. And the original Spider-Woman retired then. And back during the Secret Wars event, this Spider-Woman premiered in that volume. And storyline wise, what happened was when Spider-Man got the black costume, he thought that subconsciously, when he saw her in this costume, that it influenced Spider-Man's mind subconsciously, and that's why he had the black costume that was black and white and very similar to this. In the comics, storyline wise, that's the explanation of why Spidey and the symbiote formed a look that's similar to this. You would think that this woman copied Spider-Man's style of costume, but in the storyline, it was Spidey who copied her style of costume. I think the character was mishandled for quite a number of years because the early issues of her were great and appearances, but then it just went different directions under different creators. This was a part of the last wave of Toy Biz Marvel Legends. This was the M.o.d.o.k wave, and the M.o.d.o.k wave was the last Marvel Legends wave produced by Toy Biz. And this was a variant because the regular edition of this figure was in fact Spider-Woman 1, Jessica Drew, and so that was this was the variant of that figure, and so this is harder to find. But it does look great. I just want to show you the face. You can see the mask and the face open there. The hair does get in the way of the articulation, as you'd imagine. Has a hole in the back for a stand. Looks really cool. Toy Biz really did make the female figures better in their later waves than they did in the early waves. And this is one of the better figures. Even though the articulation got cut down and the articulation is not as good as other figures, overall it's nice, and one I'm glad I have for my collection. The head, very restrained by the articulation, just some up and down, and just that the hair really does get in the way of this figure because it's so long and detailed. You can see how it's put on the shoulder right there, so it's not going to move much. The elbows, the shoulders here, up and down, ball jointed. Bicep cut right there. Double articulation at the elbows. But here's where it gets weird in a way. The wrist is in and out like that, but there's no cut of articulation here. There's an indication of it, but no articulation here, and there's no finger articulation. So it's basically, if you want to pose it, you gotta pose it by, so it's kind of limited in posing in the hands for some reason. Upper articulation is nice here, and so is the articulation at the waist, and it got the ball jointed. Hips there, up and down, in and out. Cut at the top there. This is painted on, it's not sculpted on. And the same thing here, it's just painted on, it's not sculpted on in detail. This was a mold reuse for female figures that they did. And that's why it explains why some of the sculpting is not there. And it's just paints. So yeah, they did cut some corners a bit, but I can't complain much. At least we got the figure. Double knee articulation. There's a cut there, so that's good. And for some reason, yeah, high heels, even though I don't think she had that in the comics. But as I said, mold reuse. Up and down. No side to side, and no 360. Overall, not an essential part of any collection. But if you're a fan of the character and if you just want another female character for your Marvel Legends action figures, I think this is a pretty good addition if you could find it for a pretty good price. So this is the Spider-Woman 2 Marvel Legends black costume variant, and it was part of the last wave of Marvel Legends. So thanks for watching. and I'll talk to you later. Marvel Legends by Toy Biz. How I missed that company. And I guess I'm not the only one.